look, I think the Celtics have shown that they can win without him. But like, I'm interested, how will Tatum be remembered if he is this third best player on his team? Even if there could be a case that he's second best right now, there could be a case if you want to say the playmaking and all of that. I would still say that today it was Drew was the best player tonight. Then it was Jaylen Brown, then Tatum. But like, how will Tatum be remembered if the Celtics win, but he's clearly not their best player? Now, again, I mean, look, he got a chip, but like,
this is where I struggle. Like, okay, he's in his second finals appearance. And he has a great roster as a team. And so he's done what's been asked of him. You want him to go out there and score 30 because he's a superstar. But I don't feel like that's what he has to do. Like, if he doesn't have to do that, why do that? And this is where my problem lies. Like, and we was texting about it, but like having a conversation about it is different. If he went out there and forced shots, you would blame him for that. So like, okay, they win by 7 tonight. Hold on. They win by 7 tonight. If he goes out there and he shoots 6 for 22, which isn't by no means as good, and I'm not defending that. But what I am saying is he realizes he's shooting bad, and he goes out and has 12 assists and 9 rebounds, and he's commanding the offense. The offense is still ran through him. So he decides, all right, obviously I'm not shooting well, so I'm going to do something different to help my team win. To be quite frank, that offense, they won tonight because he commanded and ran the offense. So okay, it didn't come tonight by way of scoring, by way of shooting virtue, but he still commanded and led that offense. So like, my whole question to you is like, if he went out there and played like a young dumb player and forced shots and did whatever and just said, I mean, and he still got 22 shots up. So if he shoots 50% tonight, like they win by 15.
It's a blowout.
It's a blowout. You see what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, they still won the game, not comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Not comfortably, but like they still won. And as a team, they shot horrible. The only people with multiple 3-point makes was Drew Holiday. He had 2, and Derek White made 4. As a team, they shot horrible tonight. But if it wasn't for his playmaking tonight, they don't win the game. So my question is like, what do you want from him? Because as a superstar, I understand you want him to score 40, you want him to score 30, especially on the biggest stages. But if they still win because of him, because of his defense, and because of his playmaking, is that so bad?
No, I just think that the biggest reason, like in sports, what we do, like when we compare guys, when we say, yeah, this guy got, he got more chips than this guy and all this, like we gonna compare, we gonna nitpick. If people did not nitpick at certain stuff, I wouldn't be looking up to a Stephen A when I was 10 years old. I wouldn't be looking up to a Skip. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't be doing that if we was just like, oh, he has a ring, he is solidified. Like we wouldn't like. But when we watch the game and see that, like, clearly this guy, I ain't asking the guy to average 30. That would be nice. And actually, I've texted y'all and I said, this series is pissing me off the most because Tatum is playing, like, out of 10, he's playing at a 6. He's playing at a 6 and they're still winning. And that part is pissing me off because I can't even like fully give the respect if the Celtics win. I can't be like, all right, like, and I know Paris will like be heated, but I just don't care. Like, I can't give him the ultimate respect versus if he was like, I don't even saying you got to average 30, but like, can we get like at least 45% from the field, 25 points? Like, I mean, Steph, he won Finals MVP. I mean, he did not win Finals. I'm sorry about that. in 2015, Steph averaged some Finals MVP stats. They gave it to Andre Iguodala, but like you could tell, like yeah, Steph, he came through when he had to come through and all that stuff. And all I'm saying is, I would respect it more if Tatum was like playing at his apex level, playing at a level that we know he can play way better than he's playing right now, and the Celtics win, versus like he's not playing as well as we know that he can play up to, and they still win. Like that's my thing. I'm like,
I get what you're saying, and like I don't disagree with you in most that you're saying. I just think like I think the game is so like I think the game. Okay, I think when you have a team like the team that the Boston Celtics have, I think the game becomes so much deeper than can you score 30. I think that's where I'm coming from. I think when you have a team like the Boston Celtics have, the game becomes so much for a superstar like Jayson Tatum. The game becomes much deeper than can you score 30, because we know you could score 30. We know if you switched Luka Doncic and Jayson Tatum and you put Jayson Tatum on the Mavericks, like Jayson Tatum would still score. Jayson Tatum would find a way to score 30 if he were by himself. And I think that's kind of what I was talking to you about flow the other day, because I believe that if Jayson Tatum were by himself and he had to score 30, he had to do this, he would. I think he would. And also, if you really go back and watch
he's taking shots though.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Just hear me. If you go back and watch young Jayson Tatum's playmaking was not this. Young Jayson Tatum's defense was okay, but it wasn't this. Jaylen Brown was the defensive star on that team, and Jayson Tatum scored the ball before they had this team filled with apex predators. Now we have this team where like you don't have to score 30, Jason. Just make sure we don't lose. Hey, Jason, just make sure you go out there and you don't mess it up. And I think that's why this to me, like, and I think that's why Paris be upset, because it's like, bro, his job, we want him to score 30 because we call him a superstar. But his job is not to go out there and score 30 with that team. His job with that team is to make sure that he doesn't mess it up, that he makes sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. And if his job tonight was to have 12 points or 12 assists and 9 rebounds, like, I don't necessarily see the problem with that. For legacy status, like you're talking about, though, I see what you're saying. For legacy status, like, yeah, that's not gonna put your name in contention with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. But everybody's name isn't meant to be in contention with Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. Like, that's just not what everybody's name is meant to be. We've seen Steph Curry play games where he scored 30 and done whatever. You know what? Quite frankly, we don't put Steph Curry's name with Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant. We still don't. And he does exactly what you want Jayson Tatum to do, which is to go out there and score 30 on efficient shooting.
I just like when I see a guy averaging 17 points on 31% from the field, that's literally that's like terrible. That's like terrible.
But if the team wins because of you, then what? You shot terrible. You shot.
He's not the biggest reason. No.
Listen. Jrue Holiday played a great game on offense. But if you don't think Jayson Tatum commanded that offense ran through him, and he didn't create most of the shots that they made or missed tonight that they should have made, you're crazy. Jayson Tatum is the reason for a lot of playmaking and a lot of scoring tonight. That offense still ran through him regardless of how bad he shot.
He did a good job playmaking.
What is playmaking if that's not leading to winning?
But you said it out. You said it yourself. If we had to pick the Finals MVP, is Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, that's because he had a great.
Not even two.
That's because he had a great game one, and that's because he had a great game one and consistently showed up in game two. But that doesn't mean, I'm not saying he's a Finals MVP because he's been out there he's been out there and he's playing both sides of the ball. He's playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
He's guarding their best player. He's guarded. So that is why he's Finals MVP. But if we're looking at the offensive side of the ball specifically, Jayson Tatum is the reason that they scored points tonight. What are you missing in that? If they don't score, they don't win.
But him shooting 22 times,
And only making 6 is not good. I understand.
Points. Like that is like horrendous. That is horrendous. If this is like, and this is my problem, you don't even put him up. You're not as extreme as Paris or like other Celtics fans that like put Tatum on this pedestal. He's better than Luka. If he wins the chip, he's the best player in the world. So I'm really talking to them because I know if Tatum wins a chip, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Tatum has jumped. Luka, he's jumped." You know, I've heard Giannis. I'm like, "What the hell?" But like, I'm like, Tatum is playing like a great role player. He's not playing like a superstar at all. These finals,
a role player does not command the offense the way that Jayson Tatum just did. I'm sorry, a role player does not do that.
He's basically like Chris Middleton in 2021. That's basically what he is.
A role player doesn't do what Jayson Tatum did tonight in terms of playmaking, bro. It's just not. That's just not how that happens. It's not how that works. Jayson Tatum is the reason.
He's like a superstar.
Huh?
Is Jayson Tatum in the finals? I'll repeat it again. Is Jayson Tatum playing like a superstar in the finals?
Tonight, I believe he did. Bro, how many superstars have had bad games? Like you're mad because he had a bad game shooting. But do you understand what it means to be a superstar? To be a superstar, you have to be able to do other things when your shot isn't falling. That was the game of a superstar tonight. His shot didn't fall. He made it he created the offense for his teammates, and he played great defense. Like his stature of superstar.
The superstars now, like,
huh?
The bar is so low for superstars now. Like,
oh, how is the bar?
That's expected. That's expected. Like, you have the ball in your hands a whole bunch. I will hope that you get some assists. I will hope that you get some rebounds. I mean, Kristaps Porzingis, you saw him at the end of that game. Cuz was on one leg. I would hope you get some rebounds. Now, I'm not trying to diminish that. That's clearly been something that Tatum has improved with. Bro. But his level is like, bro, superstars don't average 17 points on 30% from the field in the finals.
Yo, he led the whole game in assists, dog. He led the whole game in assists. He led the whole game in assists and also had this. Well, Luka had 11 boards and Jrue Holiday had 11 boards and he had 9. So he had the second most boards in the whole game, or the third most boards in the whole game. And he led the game in assists.
Cool. He was the third best. He was the third best player today. Jrue Holiday was the best player. Jaylen Brown was the second best player.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I just want you to stop trying to make everybody stop calling this man a superstar. Stop trying to get them to stop calling him a superstar. He's not. He's a superstar, dog. He's not a superstar because he played a bad game. As a matter of fact, him shooting the ball bad and still being able to carry an offense and lead his team on defense. Obviously, Jaylen defended whoever was the best player on the court. If Luka and Kyrie wasn't on the court at the same time, but obviously he was guarding one of either Luka or Kyrie the whole game. So if he's guarding either one of them the whole game and he's leading the offense, okay, he shot the ball bad. That doesn't make him not a superstar because he shot the ball bad, dog. Like, you want to see somebody score 30? Go and watch Joel Embiid score 30.
Bro. I'm just saying, can I see a guy who's 6'8", shoot 50% from the field?
You just watched the guy who's 6'8" play point guard.
I just know it. This is why this gets me so mad because I know what's going to happen if the Celtics win.
And
Tatum's
what
gonna
they
move
do,
up. Tatum's gonna,
what they say is on them. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that just because he had a bad game and his shot didn't fall doesn't make him, for one, not a superstar. And because he played a very good game still offensively by leading the offensive charge for his team and by guarding one of the two best players on the court or best offensive threats on the court and by rebounding the ball, by crashing the boards, he still played a fairly good game. It wasn't great. It was decent, good, somewhere between decent and good. But like, that's not a horrible thing to have.